Hello and welcome to the coolest podcast. I'll be your host this evening, along with my co-host,
Stine
and
Fiona.
my name is Louise. This evening we'll be talking to you about Dublin, because we've been there for 4.5 whole days. The city was founded by the Norman Vikings in the 700s, and it has since developed into a beautiful city full of diversity.
However, the development didn't come easy. They had to fight off the Englishmen with politics and weapons. In the midst of the struggles came the troubles. This is when Ireland had to give up Northern Ireland to gain their own independence from England. Now we will give you, dear listener, 5 highlights of the Ireland capital of Dublin.
The first highlight is shopping. There are many opportunities to go shopping in Dublin, since they have so many different stores, including Spa, which was very funny. There were many clothing stores, including Topshop, American Apparel, and some other stuff that I don't remember. Also, American Apparel was actually closed. So there you go. But actually, I didn't buy any clothes. I only bought journals, which was also good. All the shops are on O'Connell Street, and they are very easily laid out, so it's easy to find all the different stores, and you don't have to walk around very far. So when you're in Dublin, make sure to visit the shopping street to buy a lot of stuff, even though it's very expensive.
So highlight number 2 is bars. There's a lot of opportunities to drink because there's a lot of pubs, and the pubs have a really great atmosphere, and there's a lot of live music and different kinds of beers. For example, fruit beer, which is the first time we tried that, and also Guinness, which is like a traditional Irish beer. They have really nice employees on the pubs, and there's a lot of games. The most popular pub would be the Temple Bar, as you can see in this picture. This is where a lot of tourists come by. So if you like to drink a lot and go out a lot, then Dublin is the place for you. Dublin has the most amazing nature, and that is why we have decided to pick this for highlight number 3. So here you see a park that we were in, and Dublin has multiple parks, and they are all worth a visit. This is St. Stephen's Park, and we have been there, and they have a lot of statues that you can be occupied by looking at, and you can see all of them and read about them, and you can look at the amazing nature. It's very clean and it's very green, and they have a lot of flowers and pretty colors, so that is very good. The Liffey is so amazing that we gave it its own highlight. Highlight number 4. This is Liffey, the river that goes all the way through Dublin. It's spectacular, it's very pretty, especially at night, which this picture is from. And they have a lot of bridges that you can use to cross the river, and it's very pretty on both sides. The Liffey separates north side from south side, and they have a lot of pretty lights among the bridges and the night lights from the city that you can see reflecting down on the water, and you cannot avoid seeing Liffey when visiting Dublin.
Highlight number 5 is the architecture. The buildings in Dublin look very old but are well maintained, which creates a vision of the old town and creates a history. Along with the buildings, there is cobblestone streets, which again adds to the charm of the city. When you're walking through the streets of Dublin, it's impossible not to fall in love.
So now we want to talk about some do's and don'ts of Dublin. So the do's are go shopping for sure, and see some galleries because they're very interesting, and go to the castle because it's very beautiful and interesting part of the Dublin history, and be very open-minded because there's a lot of different people and a lot of multiculturalism. Yes.
Then we have some don'ts, which include to not forget an umbrella. It will probably rain quite a lot. We have been very lucky on our trip. It only rained twice. However, do not make the mistake of forgetting an umbrella because you will regret it. And then you have to remember your walking shoes. Don't forget your walking shoes because Dublin is a big city and even though they have a lot of public transport, you will do yourself a favor by walking a lot because you will see the amazing architecture and the nature and the people. And lastly, don't go out alone. Even though Dublin is a very friendly and nice city, do not go out alone because at night the people can be quite drunk because the Irish population are very happy with their beer, and even though everybody might like a occasional drink, if you are not comfortable with drunken people, do not go out alone.
Lastly, we have a city rating, and we give Dublin 4 out of 6 stars.
Yay!
We gave it 4 stars because it was a very beautiful city, it had very nice shopping opportunities, and it was pretty interesting. But compared to other big cities, it was nothing special. It didn't have anything new. So that's why.
Thank you for listening, and farewell.